If you are thinking about traveling, I want to share a few resources that are available, whether you're wanting to do it soon or it's just something that's started to bubble up that you can start researching and preparing now. For us, we started about 10 years ago watching some families traveling on YouTube. This was a really soft launch way to slowly get to see what other families are up to, how they were traveling, what it really looked like. It helped us in a non-aggressive, rushed way start to normalize that this is possible. Some other ways that you can start to do this are, there are tons of indexes around. So I actually pulled it up on my phone. I want to read to you some of them that are available if you're a research type. I'm more of a feeling type. My husband likes more of the research. So this is not my natural go-to, but there are some of these that I've checked. So there's a cost of living comparison. You can compare the city you live in or the nearest major city to other cities around the world. There's a few of these out there. So simply search cost of living comparison. There is safety indexes. You can compare the different scores for different countries and cities around the world. There are cost of living comparisons beyond just the cost of rent, but it'll go through the cost of a gallon of gas, a loaf of bread, how much to see a movie, what the average house may cost, or the pair of jeans. That can be really helpful because sometimes a place might have expensive rent or houses, but then you get there, and we found this in Japan, in fact, where once we had the accommodations paid for, we could show up at the konbini, like convenience store style place, and load up on 2 big bags of food for the equivalent of like $20 US. And these were things like onigiri and sushi rolls and some candy bars, some frappuccinos. Like, they weren't all junk. There were some actual real meals in there for super affordable. So you can also go into looking at, there's things like the Global Innovation Index. It ranks the world's economies based on their innovation capabilities and outputs. World Development Indicators. That's the World Bank's largest database on poverty, health, education, and economic trends. Human Development Index. This measures health, education, and standard of living. There's Social Progress Index. You can also search on specific things that you have an interest in. So I love art history. So as I've been taking my art history classes, I have been keeping a running list of places I want to see or specific pieces of art that if we ever get close to them, I want to make sure to visit. For me, just keeping a list has been really key with this. We have, as we watch different videos or read magazines, watch documentaries about different locations, we keep a running list of ones that resonate with us that we would like to go to. Some other things you can do to connect you as you start preparing to check out some places are start learning the language, learn the top few phrases of hello, thank you, how much, learn departure or arrival, exit, things like that. Just a few basics. You can do research on what type of money they use, the rate compared to the US dollar. How does it all compare? I have an entire video actually going through the exact process we use once we know where we want to go and how we prepare for that. I'll put that in the description where I show the different things and walk you through that. But mostly, we didn't start with knowing we were going to travel full time. We started wanting to start exploring. It was so outside of what anyone we knew personally was doing that I knew I needed to slowly immerse it into our lives so that it didn't seem impossible. I needed to have us be so aware of things that were going on in some of these other places. When someone would say, why would you ever go there? We started to know. Or if people out of their own fears would say that's impossible, we're like, no, people are doing it all the time. and you just start to normalize it. My husband on his phone has weather for many of the places that we have on our list to go eventually. So he has a handful of them where he can see, oh, it's raining today. Oh, it's about the same temperature in this part of Scotland as it is at home, 9 months of the year. Things like that. So we just start to get this ongoing feeling and awareness outside of our own little bubble here. Other people may prefer reading books about places, listening to podcasts. There's all sorts of podcasts. You can watch endless videos, and it'll start to give you the feel. There's videos where most people talk from a positive perspective. There's also people who have had negative experiences, and it's important to watch those as well and learn, because not every place is going to be a fit. Some countries are more community oriented, others are individualistic. Some are more in your space, others like more space. On and on, right? Religious things that may or may not appeal to you. An open-mindedness, a general lifestyle openness. Some of these are in your comfort zone, some are not. So it's important to start to be aware so that you can feel out which things are a fit for you eventually or not. So I'd be curious if you would add anything to that list, please share. I will list in the description all sorts of resources so you can check that out and start doing some research. If you have this little bit of a bug that you think you want to have a little bit more travel, even if it's simply a vacation every couple of years, I thank you for being here. I am all about meeting our dreams and goals with really realistic solutions to get there. That's what this channel is all about. So if that resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe and be a part of this, where we can pivot and make life everything we want it to be. Thanks for being here. I hope you have a really wonderful day. Bye.